Hey everybody, Ralph Havens here, autoimmuneanswers.com, and this is going to be a fun one. And so what I want you to do is test something ahead of time, and I've got a different test for you. If you want to try this one, you can use any test you want, and by that I mean a physical test of how your body is feeling right now, so that in a little bit you can tell how it's feeling later, right away. So here's the test that I'm going to recommend, and just hanging on to something. Let's move this out of the way. Hanging on to something, and then doing a little swing with your leg. Let's see. To feel how you move. Okay? And then flip sides and swing to feel how you move. Okay? So that's the test. Now, have you ever wished you would have said something differently? You know, like somebody says something and they catch you off guard, kind of blindside you. They are a certain way, you know, a friend or a colleague or a client or soon to be client or something, and they show up one day a certain way, and then and you think things are kind of going well, or things, you know, you've got it figured out, or there's a certain relationship and this is how it goes, and then all of a sudden they blindside you. They say something that's just like, whoa, where did that come from? And of course it's their own stuff, but it can trigger your own stuff too, right? So what do you do? And, you know, kind of like you're cruising along, and then something happens like that, and then later that day, and then the next day, and the next few days, you're like, oh man, why didn't I say this? Why didn't I say that? Like that, no wonder, you know, it just caught me so off guard. And so I've got something for you today that you can use, and you can try, and you can see if it helps. So the magic is in the space. It's in the space. You know how like you're listening to a song and the notes are there, but that space that shows up in between the notes, that extra pause just at the right time, and then extra pause, and it just does something. And you know, there's a I have it over here. Where do I have that? Oh well, I have it in another room. There's those little bowls, Tibetan bowls, that you can have a little stick and a little bowl, and you hit it, and it has a little ring, or you can think of it like a gong. Gong. And right as the sound tails off, there's space. It's kind of like the ocean, you know, coming in with the tide, and right when it gets there, there's a space, and then it comes back. Or you throw a ball up and it goes up, and there's a space right before it starts to come down. And in that space is infinity. It's in the physics, it's in the spiritual traditions, it's in that space. It's kind of like when you're born, you come up, and then it starts to tail off, and then you die, and then there's that space. And then there's new life that comes in, right? And in that space is magic. So I like to talk about the space inside the space. Noticing the space between things. And it's, you know, one of the ancient practices is to notice your breath. And yeah, you notice your breath come in and then go out. And there's a moment right between the up and the down, when it's not going up and it's not going down. It's a space. And in that space is magic. So when somebody says something that blindsides you, or when you're going along in life, you know, would 10 seconds be that vital to just wait? So it could be a practice, if you want, that when somebody says something, that you sit with it, you can sit with it for 10 seconds. and then just sit with it, in silence. And then whatever comes to you in spirit can be the perfect thing, right? So I've activated a matrix energetics session for us today, and we're going to do it right now. And here goes. So you can just count from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And let's test something, and I'll tell you a little bit about what just happened. So go ahead and test it again. Whatever you were testing before, you can get up and do your little test. Let's see, I'm going to give myself a little room here. And just notice if it's a little different. I love this test because it lets a lot of stuff move. And so you can use that test if you like, or you can test anything else and notice what's different. Notice what's different in your physical body right away. And if you want to use this 10-second countdown, it's encoded with matrix energetics. And what that means is I set it up with my intention. The Qigong people call it the Yeshi, Y-E-S-H-I. But intention, where your attention goes, energy flows. And there's a way to do this so that you can activate that space, that matrix energetic space, that Qigong space, that ancient stuff that Buddha used, and then see a noticeable, measurable, real world change. And then you can notice what's different in your world. And if you want to use it when you're going through life and somebody says something, you can give yourself 10 seconds before you say something, and you can just count to yourself. And then, you can talk. And would 10 seconds be that crazy when somebody says something that's out of the ordinary, or blindsiding you, or saying something that's that pushes a button? If you gave it 10 seconds, I wonder what that would do. So let me know what you noticed with this one. It felt very powerful to me this morning, and I'd love to hear what you think. This weekend, I'm going to be doing our once a month Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More on Sunday, and you can have a free month, because this month we're going to be doing a pure matrix energetic session to clear mental, emotional, spiritual patterns that's in the way of your healing and what you want, what your desires are, and a very ancient technique that Buddha used, and a Qigong movement, form, practice that's very simple. And it's actually the most, it's the one that our Qigong teacher's wife, who's also a Qigong master, her favorite technique, her favorite form, her favorite thing from Qigong. So we're going to use all three things, and I'm going to show you how to use your intention to see a noticeable change in your world using matrix energetics. So if you're interested in that, go to ralphhavens.com/free miracle session. And I will see you there this Sunday. And you can also have it as a video live. So hope you join us, and let's get out there and live. Let's really live.